Today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite and least favorite books of all time. Hello everyone, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Harmony and I talk about books, book reviews and any other reading related things that I think of. So today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite and least favorite books that I've read throughout my whole life and see what you guys think. So I'll start with my favorite book. My most favorite book ever would have to be The Ghost of Thomas Kempe by Penelope Lively. I've done a book review of that on my Harmony LN7 channel, so if people would like, I will leave a link to that review below and check the description. Go see that one. That is a book that we had to read in year 8, I think it was, at school. Year 8, yeah, it must have been year 8 or 7, one of the two. I want to say year 8. Anyway, that is, as it suggests, a ghost story of sorts that surround the Harrison family, who have just moved to their house, which is a very old house, and the youngest child is pretty much blamed for the phenomena that is caused by this poltergeist. As I say, I'll leave a link to that below. Another favourite book that I've read twice now. I've read The Ghost of Thomas Kempe twice as well, by the way. But another favourite book that I like is The Victorian House by Judith Flanders. That one is very informative about the whole of the Victorian era, although it is pretty London centric for whatever reason. I would like to have learned more about what it was like for people that didn't have servants, couldn't afford servants perhaps, but then, as the author says in the book, it was a time when people even were able to afford someone just to come in, say, once a month and fix clothes or do washing or whatever. So that one is one of those that you can probably read it a whole ton of times and pick up something different each time. I certainly learned a lot more from it from reading it as an adult than I did as a teenager. And another book that is a favourite is Entry Island by Peter May. That one I've only read it once, but I could easily read it again. Primarily set in Quebec and the islands just off there, but it also has quite the historical fiction element as well, even though it's a crime story. So yeah, I love the writing style of that book. I'll leave links to all these 3 books in the description, because they are amazing. Alright, well, let's see, some of my least favourite books. The least favourite book ever has to be Stone Cold by Robert Swindells. Again, that's one that we had to read for school. I'm pretty thankful that we did not finish that book. But it's one of those books where, yes, the topic covered is something that's that could do with discussing the topic of homelessness, but I don't like some of the characters in that book, and it's a pretty depressing book, so yeah, let's not read that one, people. And another one, Lord of the Flies. I can't remember the author. Does anyone know the author of Lord of the Flies? I can't remember their name. But I got bored with that book. Well, partly bored and partly the kids end up bullying each other too, which is never fun. So yeah, I got really tired of that book, especially even more so when we had to do projects about that particular book for school, which was just no. Well, I thought oh yeah, that's the other book that I thought of that was my, don't suppose you could call it least favourite, but one that was definitely not my favourite. That was Coming Up for Air by George Orwell. Now I'm surprised because I generally think that George Orwell has something to say, which, yes, he has a lot to say, but at the same time, if it wasn't for a book club, I would probably have not bothered finishing the book, because you've got the main character who spends the first half of the book giving you a rather detailed account of his childhood in the form of a memory, which is like, why? Is this actually relevant? Probably not. Yes, there are places where memories are relevant, but not really in this case. And all just because the main character saw a poster while they was walking down the street. I'm like, nah, just get on with the actual story. But if anyone would like me to do more detailed reviews of any of my least favourite books, then feel free to tell me in the comments. I'll leave links to all of my most favourite books in the description, because I've reviewed all of those. So, all that being said, what are your favourite or least favourite books, if you have any? I look forward to reading and responding to those comments, and yeah, that'll be all for now, guys, but feel free to like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends, and I will see you all in the next video.